Okay guys, so in this video we are looking at a bit of revision for fractional indices, okay, for the AS Pure Maths course, so the AS Pure Mathematics curriculum. Okay, question number 1 guys, says simplify this index 125x to the 6 all over 64 to the power of a third. Now power of a third in maths is just the cube root, so I take the cube root of this fraction, okay. So essentially, I take the cube root of the numerator and the cube root of the denominator. Okay, so I work the cube root out of each part. Okay, now doing this, obviously taking my time bit by bit. The cube root of 125 is 5 because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, or 5 to the power of 3, or 5 cubed is 125. Now the cube root of x to the 6 guys is actually x squared, because x squared times x squared times x squared, if I cube x squared, so x squared like this, x squared all cubed, then I get x to the power of 6 guys. Okay, I just times the powers. Okay, all divided by the cube root of 64 is equal to 8. Okay, so it's 5x squared over 8, or I can write it as 5/8 x squared guys. Okay, so either way is fine, okay, and appropriate. Okay, question number 2, so this actually looks pretty nasty. Simplify 2x to the power of a half all cubed all over 4x squared. So let's do it bit by bit guys. So 2 cubed is equal to 8, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, x to the half all cubed, well I just times the powers, a half times 3 is equal to 3 halves. And then I've got it all over 4x squared. Well, 8 divided by 4 is just 2. And then I'm going to subtract the powers. Okay, if I'm dividing with the same base, I just subtract the powers. I have 3 halves, take away 4 halves. Okay, because 4 halves is equal to 2, so I get negative half. So 2x to the minus half, or I can write it as 2 over the square root of x, guys. Okay, again, okay, AS level maths, guys, and A level maths is getting used to writing things in different notations. Okay, question number 3, okay, it looks pretty tricky, okay, it looks pretty nasty. Again, taking our time, so let's deal with the negative part first. The negative part flips the fraction, so it's the reciprocal. So it's 25y cubed, okay, over 216x to the power of 6, okay, and this is all raised to the power of 2/3. Okay, so it's the cube root of this. So taking our time, the cube root of 27 is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and the cube root of y cubed is just y, okay, or y to the power of 1, okay, but I don't need to write the power of 1 there at this stage, okay, especially at A-level maths. Okay, 216 to the power of a third, well that's actually going to be 6, okay, and then x to the 6 to the power of a third just goes to x squared. Okay, and then I'm going to raise all this to the power of the numerator, which is power of 2. Okay, so I have 3y all squared, which is 9y squared. Remember that I square the number and the letter. And then 6 squared is going to be 36. And then I'm going to have x to the power of 4. Okay, again, taking your time, guys, with these sorts of questions. Okay, the denominator of my power does the root, so it's the third root, i.e. the cube root, and then I raise my answer that I get once I've cube rooted it to the power of the numerator. Okay. Question number 4, again, it's expressing it in the power of 3 to the y, so express 9 to the 3x plus 2 in the form 3 to the y, okay, giving y in the form ax plus b, where a and b are constants. Remember that 9, guys, 9 is 3 times 3, or 9 is equal to 3 squared. Okay, so I can rewrite this as 3 squared, okay, all to the power of 3x plus 2. So you just multiply the powers together. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 to the power of 6x plus 4, okay? When I multiply 3x plus 2 by the 2, okay? Everything gets times by the 2. Okay, so ax plus b, okay, where in this case a is equal to 6 and b is equal to 4, guys. Again, question number 5, express this in the form 2 to the y, so express 8 to the 2x minus 5 in the form 2 to the y, giving y in the form ax plus b, where a and b are constants. Again, 8, guys, we should know that's equal to 2 cubed, or 2 to the power of 3, okay? Again, this is revising a lot of your knowledge on square and cube numbers, okay? So I've got a video, okay, on that. So check that out, guys, if you want like a refresher on square and cube numbers. Okay, so that's going to be 2 cubed, okay, all raised to the power of 2x minus 5. Okay, and again, I just multiply the powers together. Okay, when you have a bracket raised to a power, you just multiply the terms or the numbers together. Okay, so 3 lots of 2x goes to 6x, and then 3 lots of negative 5 goes to minus 15. Okay, essentially I'm expanding a single bracket there. Okay, essentially think of it as I've got 3 lots of 2x minus 5, okay, when I'm timesing it. So it's just expanding a single bracket there. And putting that 2 there, okay. So that's where the 6x minus 15 comes from. So in this case, a is equal to 6 and b is equal to negative 15, guys, okay, for this, okay. So that's a short video today, okay, looking at revisiting, okay, the laws of indices and fractional powers, okay. I got this from the Maths Genie website for the AS Pure Math section, looking at algebraic expressions, so simplifying algebraic expressions. So make sure that you're happy with these, guys, okay, because these are little marks that will come up on your AS level maths paper or your full A level paper. And you don't want to miss out on these little marks, okay, that will help you essentially get like the next grade or above. Okay, right, guys, that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Okay, bye for now.